I've discussed in numerous articles and on my webpage about Dancing with Death, which happened several years ago, and what a profound effect that has upon you in the most positive of ways. Just recently, I read an op-ed column in the New York Times, and it regarded Oliver Sacks, who is a neurology professor at a medical school in New York. And this guy is in good cardiovascular shape. He's 81 years old. He swims a mile a day. And several years ago, he developed ocular melanoma, which is cancer of the eye, which unfortunately metastasized into his liver. And what I'd like you to do is to read this article about Sacks. Essentially, Sacks is saying the same thing that Steve Jobs and Randy Pasha said about facing death. And I know for a fact that unless you have danced with death, you don't fully understand the ramifications of that. Prior to my Dancing with Death, had somebody told me about Dancing with Death, I wouldn't have understood it as much as I understand it now. But if you haven't danced with death, at least remember what Steve Jobs said. He said that death is likely the single best invention of life, because it gives you an idea about what could happen, and therefore you understand to live life to the fullest. All that I would add to what Steve Jobs and Randy Pasha have said is that when you dance with death, you make sure you lead death, at least as long as you can. In the meantime, you take care. Goodbye.